Pride and Prejudice is a novel by the English author Jane Austen. It was published in 1813. The novel follows Elizabeth Bennet. She is an intelligent and spirited young woman from a family with five unmarried daughters. The family is of modest means and lives in rural England. The Bennet family home, Longbourn, is entailed. Being entailed means that Longbourn estate is legally tied to the male line of inheritance. So when Mr. Bennet passes away, his wife and five daughters cannot inherit the estate. The property must pass to the nearest male relative, Mr. Collins. This leaves the daughters financially vulnerable unless they marry well. Thus Mrs. Bennet is determined to see her daughters married well. Mr. Collins is a clergyman and a distant cousin of the Bennet family. He is pompous and self-important. He is excessively polite but foolish. Mr. Collins is obsessed with pleasing his patroness, Lady Catherine de Bourgh. He comically lacks self-awareness. He proposes marriage to Elizabeth Bennet. By doing so, he states that he is doing the Bennet family a favor. Elizabeth firmly rejects him. He then marries her friend Charlotte Lucas instead. In the novel, Mr. Collins represents empty social ambition and silly pride. Then Mr. Bingley rents a nearby estate. He is wealthy and amiable. The Bennet family meet Mr. Bingley. Mr. Bingley likes Jane Bennet. Jane is Elizabeth's gentle older sister. Mr. Bingley's friend is Mr. Fitzwilliam Darcy. Darcy is a proud man. Elizabeth likes Darcy, but Darcy appears cold, arrogant, and dismissive. Then Elizabeth overhears Darcy saying about herself, "She is tolerable but not handsome enough to tempt me." Thus Elizabeth forms a strong dislike of Darcy and believes him arrogant and cruel. Mr. Charles Bingley and Jane Bennet are looking to marry each other, but Darcy separates the two. Darcy discouraged the match and persuaded Bingley to leave his estate Netherfield for a while. Darcy separated the two because he suspected that Jane did not truly love Bingley and seemed calm rather than openly affectionate. Darcy wanted to protect his friend Bingley from what he saw as a poor marriage choice. George Wickham is a charming officer. He tells Elizabeth a story portraying Darcy as unjust and heartless. This deepens Elizabeth's prejudice against Darcy. Then Darcy unexpectedly declares that he loves Elizabeth and proposes marriage, but Elizabeth rejects Darcy's marriage proposal. She accuses Darcy of separating Jane and Bingley and mistreating Wickham. Darcy then writes a letter to Elizabeth. In the letter, Darcy explains that Wickham is deceitful and irresponsible. Darcy acted regarding Jane because he believed her indifferent to Bingley. Elizabeth begins to see that her judgment about Darcy may have been wrong. Darcy admits he was wrong about Jane and Bingley's match. He realized he misjudged Jane and acted arrogantly. Darcy changes for the better and helps reunite Jane and Bingley. Later, Elizabeth visits Darcy's grand estate, Pemberley. Elizabeth sees that Darcy has changed and now exhibits kindness and humility. Then Elizabeth's younger sister Lydia runs away with Wickham. This threatens the Bennet family's reputation. Darcy now shows that he is a kind and caring gentleman. Darcy secretly arranges Lydia's marriage with Wickham and pays off Wickham's debts. By Darcy's efforts, Bingley returns and proposes to Jane. Jane accepts the proposal. Darcy declares his love and devotion towards Elizabeth. Elizabeth accepts. Thus, The novel ends with two happy marriages. Jane marries Bingley and Elizabeth marries Darcy. In this novel, Jane Austen shows that first impressions can be wrong. Pride or prejudice can distort judgment. Real love grows through honesty, humility, and understanding rather than wealth or status. People can change for the better when they recognize their faults.